Those Who Have Lost Everything by Francisco X. Alarcon. Crushed in despair, many deserts full of hope, carrying their empty feet of sorrow everywhere, mouthing a bitter night of shovels and nails. You're nothing, you're shit, your home's nowhere. Mountains will speak for you. Rain will flush your bones green again among ashes after a long fire. Started in a fantasy island some time ago, turning natives into aliens.
This poem is in stanzas. Following the poet's line breaks, the reader is invited into each stanza's thought and experience. By the choice to switch from a 4-line stanza to a 3-line stanza, right at the "Your home's now here." This shift represents a switch in the drama and tone of the poem. The stanzas that follow express their own hope and response to the dilemma of those who have lost everything. First stanza. Cursed in despair, many deserts full of hope. In first stanza, the speakers start to point out that there are people who suffer from difficulties and lose hope, but the desert reflects the people around them, giving hope and inspiration for the struggle to continue. Second stanza. Carrying their empty feet of sorrow everywhere. Here are the second stanza. The speaker points out that some people, even if it's just a small thing, faces circumstances and make it a big deal and a heavy one. They take the problems deeper than what they should be.
Third stanza. Mouthing a bitter night of shovels and nails. In third stanza, the speaker talks about that there are some people who have decided to end their lives or dig their own graves simply because they are facing problems. These people are people who are unable to manage their problems well and have an unbalanced mentality. It is questionable for me. Instead of solving your problem, you ended up ending your life. If we have a problem, there is always a solution. God will not give a challenge to us individual if we can't handle it well. Challenges that we faced, God has a purpose in it. Fourth stanza. You are nothing, you're shit. Your home's nowhere. Here in fourth stanza, there's been times when even the trust for themselves is losing and failing because of the problems. They thought they were worthless and useless, and they couldn't do anything, nowhere to go. Do you ever feel that you are nothing to this world? Losing yourself breaks your mentality, breakdowns, and you don't have a place to comfort with? I couldn't conclude that we are useless. If you are still living, if you're still functioning, then you are not useless in this world. Mountains will speak for you. In fifth stanza, the speaker points out that even you face challenges, there is someone who will help you when you are down, others who will stand, fight, and speak for you. There will be someone who will inspire you in this world to have a good fight to survive. Except God, this world, we really need someone who will be with you. It doesn't matter how many friends you have right now. What matters is the person who will be with you at the end, who will be with you in your worst, and being valued, understood, and appreciated your existence.
Rain will flesh your bones. In sixth stanza, rain represents a hope that gives you the mind to think differently, the courage to fight harder, and the energy to try stronger things. So, we have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life. Even though many challenges, always think positivity.
Green again, among ashes, after a long fire. Here in the seventh stanza, the speaker tells that with the help of hope, we will bloom again from the fall like flowers and rise again to face your problems and show that they're enough for everything. It currently talks about her being independent persona who can live their lives carried in and out without giving up in the worst nightmare that they're living in. Even though this reality facing out about their problems. But being independent person, they can be motivated and cheering up themselves again. Started in a fantasy island some time ago. In the 8th stanza, even though they have seen a world of misery and lived it temporarily, the time will come for them to see the true world, the world of reality where they can belong. The world that can never expect them too much about understanding of any mysterious ways into place that they didn't expect, and the world that they can say that they are belong when they already saw what's inside of the world where their foot is in
Turning natives into aliens. Lastly, the speaker talked about the natives who represents the people who live from the hardships and difficulties of the past and transform into aliens or someone who is brave enough to face new struggle.
The theme of the poem is loss and hope. The poem speaks to those who have ever felt like they've lost something, like their suffering doesn't end. It is a great reminder to all of us that it is indeed alright for us to feel this way, to drown in despair, yet despite the adversities we face, things will eventually fall back into their own places. Things will be better day by day as long as we continue to fight our battles, surround us with a strong and sincere system of support, and hold on to the tiny bit of hope that we can find in the midst of any struggles that will come along the way. That's all for the Group 8 Poem Analysis of Those Who Have Lost Everything by Francisco X. Alarćon. Thank you.